morning. It's a little early for me, and I just got off the phone with my coworker. We were talking about a situation, actually a couple situations that happened overnight and this morning, conversations with customers. And I just really wanted to share this with you now. I didn't want to wait about it. And one of the things is, we had a customer, we wrote a protocol for mold remediation. We do mold assessments and only mold assessments because by law you cannot do both on the same project. And so we wrote a remediation protocol, and the person called back 2 years later and they wanted another protocol because they hadn't done anything. And then we did another inspection, another protocol, which was the same, a little bit more was added to it because they hadn't done anything. And then after that, she waited like 4 months and called and wanted us to change the protocol because it would cost too much money to get it done, and didn't believe that everything needed to get done. So I won't write anything that doesn't need to get done. So the person kept persisting and calling back and kept trying to get me to change my report, and I just wouldn't change it. So now the person is trying to get the remediator, who thinks the remediator has influence over me, to find a way to do much less on the project and get a clear report from me. So I just want to alert you. I know I've done other videos before about how you need to be really careful about your mold remediators because they're not doing the job. They're not reading the protocol. And they're not getting rid of all the mold, some of them. And you need to be aware of this. And but you also need to be aware of owners and sellers that, or this particular case, this owner is selling the property and doesn't want to do the work. It's expensive. I understand it is expensive. It's expensive to get licensed. It's expensive to have the insurance. It's expensive to have the equipment and supplies that are needed. It's expensive to pay the labor fees and the insurance on the labor fees and vehicles and the whole 9 yards. It's just expensive to be in the business, which is why it costs a lot of money for a mold remediation. Some places are more than others, so you really have to compare prices for the same exact job. You need to make sure you're getting a fair estimate. But I just want to alert you, there's just people out there trying to cover up, hide, not do the right thing. It includes the mold remediator, it includes the mold assessor, it includes a homeowner, it includes a flipper, and just beware. The other item I wanted to mention to you is I had many conversations with a woman all day yesterday through my website who was asking for a quote for a job that was a 6-hour drive from us, so there was a big trip fee involved in it. We quoted her the price, and then she started using foul language back because the price was so high, and I explained that you have to be a licensed mold assessor to do the assessment, and that you have to be a licensed mold remediator to fix the problem, and they can't be the same person on the same project. And then she used a bunch of vulgarity back at me, saying I was full of you-know-what and everything like that. And she found somebody, she said, for, my fee was $1,325 because of the size of the house and the distance to travel to get there. I had suggested that she try to find somebody licensed and competent in her area, so there was no trip fee. That would greatly reduce the price down to $575 or so for the size of her house to $700, depending upon whether it's got a crawl space and so forth. Crawl space, attic, everything gets inspected, when we do a job. So in most cases, there's exceptions to everything I say. But anyway, she found somebody in her area to do it for $125. Well, that won't even cover the lab fees and the overnight charges. So just beware. I suspect she got somebody that's a remediator that's going to be willing to just look at the job and then quote her to do the remediation, and then that's against the statute. And just be informed. And feel free to call into our company if you have questions, or send us an email through the website, indoorairqualitymatters.com. Our number is 850-556-8888. And we appreciate you, and just govern yourself accordingly. Become informed. Above everything, become informed so that you at least know. God bless you, and have a great day.